Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're here to review and talk about the latest episode of Chucky,
Yep.
episode 6, titled Cape Queer.
Yep.
So yeah, there was a lot of stuff that happened in this episode. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna break it all down. It's probably gonna be some spoilers. So if you didn't watch this episode, definitely go watch this episode, then come back and watch our review, because we're gonna break this sucker wide open today. So yeah, before we get into it, I want to ask that if you aren't yet a subscriber of the Married with Media channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. We do all kinds of TV and movie reviews, trailer reactions on this channel. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Also be sure to hit the like button and comment down below your thoughts on this episode, because we definitely have some thoughts, and we know that you guys probably do as well.
Yeah.
So let us know how you liked it, and let us know how you feel about the story and its progression, because we only got 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
I found out this is an 8-episode season, so they're definitely getting into some stuff. So yeah, just first impressions, overall thoughts on the episode. What did you think?
Yeah, so there was a ton that happened, like you said.
Yep.
I did.
And we literally just got done watching this like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I did really enjoy this episode. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
And I didn't really get bored. I don't know. It was jam-packed, and I think I'm still trying to process it, but
there was a lot. We got 2 deaths this episode, 2 significant deaths. We'll get to those here in a second, but I just want to start by talking about the opening, because we finally get Andy Barkley introduced into the show. So I know we've been waiting for that since episode 1. And not only do we get Andy, but we also get Kyle, his foster sister from part 2.
Right.
And they're basically introduced as a Chucky doll hit squad.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
So they're like trying to find all the Chucky dolls that he separated his soul into. I really need to rewatch Curse, because I forget what happened. But they're explaining it pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like they are. They keep showing like clips from all the movies and stuff.
Yeah, I like
kind of
I like
giving
how they
everybody
do
a
that.
little quick reminder or whatever.
Yeah, and I liked how they did that, just kind of showing them in the doll factory sequence from Child's Play 2, which is eagerly my favorite part of the whole series. But yeah, they got them. They're investigating families. They're seeing who has the dolls, and then they're they're taking the dolls out. I thought that was a pretty cool sequence. I liked it.
Yeah, they were like undercover as like census workers.
Yeah.
And they would go in and basically bring up if the child had any dolls or if anything unusual has been happening. And so yeah, that was a pretty fun scene.
Yeah, I liked how Andy wasn't really like, he wasn't really trying to cover up the fact that he just wanted to know about the doll. He just kept asking questions about the doll. And Kyle kept trying to smooth it over and rationalize it.
She kind of gave him a look like, dude, you're going to blow our cover. But he was in a hurry to get this taken care of and to move along. Yeah,
which they did it pretty quickly. The girl brings the doll out. You know, Chucky starts talking in front of the people because he knows what's up. And then they just shoot him to death right there. But
yeah, and the family is like, what the?
But I was kind of curious. Did they leave the doll there, you think? Because I don't know. They should have took it, because they need to make sure it's disposed of. Because
yeah, that's true. I mean, they didn't look like they took it. They just kind of,
from what we know of Chucky, if his dead body's laying around, he can find a way to come back. So
yeah, I don't know about that, but so yeah, that was a cool scene. I will say, just in the bits and pieces that Andy was in, the actor, he's like not the best actor.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a reason why these people really haven't been in much since Child's Play. So you have to take that into account.
Yeah,
I don't expect the best acting. It's just cool to have them have these, the same actors that we had in the other ones. I guess.
It's not like a huge deal, but I just kind of noticed. With the few lines that he had, they were kind of a little flat, but it's fine. I think we mentioned last week about how we found out that Junior's mom had cancer, but she hadn't told her family about it yet. So in this week's episode, she finally tells her family, which ended up being a pretty emotional scene.
Yeah. That's the one thing about this show, though. It's like you get all these like over the top, like goofy moments of murder and stuff, and then you cut to these emotional scenes of a mom telling her kids she's got cancer. It just doesn't really match too well tonally, but
yeah, that was a little strange. Like you'd go from someone getting their throat slit by Jennifer Tilly or something, and then the next thing very emotional scene between Junior and his mom.
They did pay it off in another, I would say, over-the-top kill involving the mother.
I was super surprised by that one. Were you at all?
I kind of was.
Yeah.
Even when he was pushing the cart towards her.
I was like, there's no way that's going to work.
Yeah, because just to set up the scene, but she's standing in front of the window. She just got out talking to her therapist, telling her how she told her family she had cancer.
Junior's down in the car. He
Junior's
came
in
with
the car. He's pushing the cart down the hallway.
Chucky.
And then, Chucky. And then she flies out the window because he knocks her out the window, and she just lands face first right in front of Junior.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Junior's gonna be messed up for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And so
it's not unprecedented for this show because his dad died Jake's dad died in the first episode. So he had to watch him die.
For sure. I was just really shocked by that one. I don't know. I mean, I know that she wasn't like a huge character. Yeah. I mean, she's probably been in like every episode. But yeah, I don't know, just the way that they did it, I was really surprised.
It did make me feel a little bit better about the tonal inconsistencies of the cancer and stuff, because I feel like they just put that in there to kind of ratchet up the emotion, make you think they were going a certain way, and then they're like, nope, we're just going to kill her.
Yeah.
In just a goofy Chucky way.
True, yeah.
So I don't know. I liked it, I guess. I thought it fit with the rest of the show.
And then we've got the little gang again, Lexi, Jake, and Devin. They know that the Chucky is still out there, and they're trying to, I guess, take him down.
Yeah.
So they end up going to Junior's house because they're not there. They're like at the funeral or something. I guess like planning the funeral for their mom.
Yeah. And it's been a while since I've seen the movie Cape Fear. Martin Scorsese's Cape Fear, and Devin's watching that to learn like how to set up traps.
Right.
Which I thought was kind of funny because I don't know, you would think maybe they'd watch Home Alone or something. Instead.
Different kind of traps, maybe. I mean, I've never seen that, but not Home Alone, but Cape. What'd you call it?
They're just trying to, I guess, showcase the fact that Devin's a little bit of a cinephile, I guess.
Yeah, for
Likes
sure.
Likes a little bit of the higher class films.
Yeah, I think he is, because like his room is decorated in a bunch of like classic movie posters.
Yeah, like classic noir films.
And those could also be just like personal touches from the creator himself.
Yeah.
He might be a
fan of those. So that's kind of, the name, where the name of the episode comes from.
So they decide that they're going to go to Junior's house, which, that's where Jake lives too. And they are kind of like setting up the house to where if Chucky gets in there, they're going to be alerted, and they're going to know.
Yeah, because Jake talked to Andy earlier. They didn't meet in person, did they?
No, they were on the phone.
They were on the phone, and then he said, you can't find Chucky. Chucky's going to find you. Or you don't have to worry about finding Chucky.
Right.
So now they're setting traps for him to come find him.
Yeah. And so we kind of got this whole little fun scene of them, setting all that up and kind of being on high alert. And Chucky gets in. He comes in the fireplace, and you see his little, I don't know if they're bloody footprints or what. And so they kind of are trying to find him in the house. And
it was a funny little scene because there's like, oh yeah, Robert De Niro wouldn't have been able to get down the fireplace, so I didn't think of that.
Right, yeah.
So he didn't set the traps for a doll, I guess.
Right. And so, you hear Chucky like knock over a lamp, and you hear his like little evil laugh, and he's made his way upstairs, which is where Lexi is, and the door shuts where, she's in a room, and there's Chucky. He says, what's he say? I finally got you, bitch.
Something like that. And then he tries to do what I've been talking about since the beginning. He tries to get her to turn.
I mean, she definitely was trying to play with Chucky. She's like, okay, fine, you're right. I do, enjoy being
Jake
mean to
sneaking
him.
up behind him.
Right. and, you know, she's like, you want to know how I'd kill Jake? And he's like, yeah, tell me. And she's like, I'd beat him to death. And really, she's talking about Jake creeping up on Chucky with a bat.
Yeah.
But of course, they don't get Chucky.
No, they shock him. He blows out of the room, and then...
Oh, yeah.
Devin
had like a, what do you call it?
Like a little taser.
A taser, thank you.
Taser.
Yes, yeah.
I guess the mom had gotten in, Devin's mom had gotten into the house at some point. I don't remember like when she came into the house.
So she had called Devin and was like, hey, where are you? And I'm not sure why she came over there. I don't know. I'm not really sure why she showed up. I might have missed that. Maybe Devin didn't answer, and so she got worried. I'm not sure. But yeah, Devin's mom, the cop or the investigator, whatever you want to call her, she shows up, and that did not.
There's a little bit of a scuffle, and she falls down the steps, and she breaks her neck. So
yeah, and that was another one that I was
parent.
Yeah, I was super surprised about that one too, because she's been a pretty big part as far as like investigating the case and everything. And I don't know, I when she was falling, I was like, oh, she's probably gonna just hurt herself. I didn't know that they were gonna actually like have. So
that's a 2 parents dead in one episode. Yes. So all we have left now is Devin Sawa and Lexi's parents, which you have to assume that they're gonna get taken out at some point, and they're all gonna be parentless.
It was crazy. But once you told me that there is only 8 episodes, it kind of makes sense that I feel like they're kind of ramping forward here and kind of knocking out some people.
They're gonna full on like traumatize all of these kids and just leave them parentless and in peril all the way to the end of the episode, and then I guess set up for the next season. Yeah, perhaps if there is another season.
So yeah, it kind of.
And we didn't talk about Jennifer Tilly and. Nika and all that stuff. There was more flashbacks, which I thought was
of just Jennifer Tilly and Charles.
Yeah, Charles Lee Way. Apparently, I don't think we covered this last week, but I heard about it. But apparently, Charles Lee Ray is played by his daughter in those scenes.
Yeah, someone said that in the comments.
Yeah, so that's pretty. Because the makeup looks pretty good. Like it does kind of look like Brad Dourif from the 80s.
Although in this episode, the scene where they bought the car.
Yeah.
He had some like really weird like wrinkle lines around his mouth. So I don't know if that was just bad makeup or like
I don't know.
I don't really know.
It could be. But you had the flashback, and then you have them, Jennifer Tilly and Nika together in the hotel room, and they're going back and forth, and she I don't know what triggers her to go back and forth. Is it a knife? Is it blood? They've been in that
hotel for like 2 episodes now.
Yeah, is it like the knife or the blood that makes her? Because she gets the blood splatter on her face when she cuts that hand off.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it might be the blood now. At first, I thought it might be the
blood,
knife,
but she goes back to Nika, and then Jennifer Tilly basically like finds her out, and then confesses her love for Nika and says she likes her more.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if she really meant that.
I think she did.
You think?
I think she did.
Because...
And another thing to note is that Jennifer Tilly is playing herself, which I forgot about. Mm-hmm. She's not playing Tiffany. She is Tiffany, but she's in Jennifer Tilly's body. It was some kind of weird meta thing they did. And I think Cult, too. That's where all the weird stuff happened.
Yeah.
Or it might have happened in Seed. I don't know. It was one of those movies, though.
Like the Tiffany doll... went into Jennifer Tilly.
Tiffany, the character, went into the actress Jennifer Tilly. So it's a bunch of weird meta stuff. But
I did get that though during like a flashback. They did a flashback right at the very beginning with Jennifer Tilly and the doll and everything. And real quick too, Jennifer Tilly buys a house. In this episode, and she gets a package. I'm pretty sure that's going to be her doll.
Yeah, that's probably another Chucky doll.
It looks like a doll. So I'm thinking the girl doll. Or it could be...
okay. You think it's the girl doll.
I think it's the girl doll.
I was just thinking it was another Chucky with the Chucky soul in it.
Or it could be that the kid.
One thing I wanted to ask you, do you think that's... Because in the beginning, I thought I heard Andy say that they just took out the last one that they had to, like their last target. Do you think that that's the last one? Because they said that there's one more soul that they're chasing.
Right.
Or do you think that there's still multiple ones? I didn't know how to take that because he acted like they only had one left, and that was the one that was in Fiona Dorf's Nika character.
Well, he's like,
we just have one left and it's not in a doll or something like that.
Yeah, he just said that the last one was split up.
Yeah.
Because clearly it's still in the doll. And then
it's in the main doll for the show, and then it's in Nika.
Right.
So, I think there's still other ones. Because how could he possibly know? I don't know. Just
I'm
unless
not sure.
they have a tracker on all of them or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. And it's like, how in the heck did he like transfer to so many dolls?
That's what a lot of people are talking about. It's going to be the setup for the next seasons. Is the like different dolls in different cities, like new kids and all this stuff.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good episode. What would you give this episode?
I would say this was probably the best episode I've seen.
Okay.
So I don't know. What's the highest I've given them? I can't remember. I need to go back and look at our other scores.
I'll just quickly say that
I'll give it a 9.
I think I'll give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9 too.
Yeah, I think the highest you've done is 8.5, maybe 8.75, but
I'll give this a 9. Definitely the most stuff happened. And I just thought it was overall the best episode. It had a lot of stuff in it. I like the Chucky Hit Squad stuff in the beginning.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they just take out these main characters, you know.
Yeah.
No big deal. I think it's cool. I'm excited for the last 2 episodes, though. This show has really changed my mind. I didn't think I was really going to like it that much, but it turns out I do.
All right. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So there you have it, guys.
That is our review for Chucky episode 6. Please leave your thoughts down below if you have any. I know you probably do. Also, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.